whether it is game of skill or game of luck, both of them are meeting. This leads to addiction, OCD, compulsory disorders. And then in turn, this leads to bankruptcy, losing money, and the criminal tendency of the child. The kids then get into stealing, violence. So, this has to be first seen in that aspect. Number two, money has changed.
Vinitji, if I may, I want to ask, why has the center not banned this app? Why haven't you banned this app?
I'll come on that. That's right. So let me complete. So I request the central government and all the state government, as betting comes under state government, I would request that they should relook at this, ban this if it is possible. Two, if this has to be continued for revenue, like the continued liquor for revenue, in that case, KYC should be made must. Payment deduction at source, tax deduction at source should be done for the first transaction, so that the GST is collected nicely. Number three, if you see, there are two politicians, and I raise one more thing. We have not covered one thing. Miss Atishi of Aam Aadmi Party, the minister from Delhi, she was so vocal in the GST council. She went to an extent of calling this industry as to a sunrising industry. She was advocating to reduce the tax slab. I really don't know what motivates, Aam Aadmi Party to go into liquor transactions and go into this kind of gaming. And now coming to Chhattisgarh, it's an open and shut case of changing hands. I'm sure Mr. Bhagel has this much of sense that he should resign, allow the agencies to have a free and fair investigation, and if the investigations prove that they are wrong, we should take some action on the officers. And in the meantime, like we have seen earlier also.
Okay, so you say he needs to resign pending an investigation, Sumant. Why is that something that you believe that one must laugh over? Do we believe charges of corruption, money laundering are not serious?
We should not forget why.
Sumant, are we normalizing corruption and money laundering in the country, Sumant?
So I'll rise above the political lines and the ideology and request Mr. Meka and also Shyam Prasadji that please come together. We should fight this maniac of addiction of gaming. We should request the Chief Minister to resign, allow a free and fair investigation. At the same time, also ask Atishi ji what made her to advocate reduction of the GST. Why did she call this industry as to be a sunrise shining industry? So both Atishi from Aam Aadmi Party and Bhagel Saab are answerable to the people. The pointers are very clear. And I'm not talking to you as any political background. I'm requesting that generations to come. This is a new drug, sir. This is going to be very, very bad. So my request to you is, whether it is a game of skill, whether it is a game of luck, we should ban that in India. If you can't ban, we should make KYC compulsory. We should deduct the GST at source. The moment the payment has been done, irrespective whether the guy wins or not, they should be paid and the report can be done later on.
But Vinitji, you should also say this to the ruling government. The center can ban the app.
It is the leadership and the characteristic of the leadership which the Karyakartas and the common men, they mock it. So when you see Sri Narendra Modi ji, he is clean, being very, very nice. People like to behave what he behaves. When you see Mr. Gandhi and his claim, whether it was Rajiv ji, whether it was Indira ji, they were corrupt. They have been proved corrupt. So naturally, their entire organization behaves like that, and they also behave in the same fashion that they think that corruption is the right thing. That's why you see that I think we would rarely have a corrupt person in their team. And on the Congress, corruption is the certificate of growing big in that party. So that's the answer to you. But
what about Ajit Pawar? I will always remember that example. Chakki piecing and piecing.
I tell you very simple. Atishi ji has to come out and say why she was so vocal of reduction of GST in gaming. Number two, Mr. Bhagel has to come out right now, resign, allow the investigators to do an investigation which is free and fair. And people know that it has been there. So we don't have to wait for the investigation to come. See, I have not seen any conviction in the 1984 till now. I have not seen. There was a conviction in the bomb case after 30 years. Courts they take their own time. But at the same time, the accused should have a responsibility to resign from the post, allow the agencies to investigate. So my request through you to Mr. Bhagel would be that please resign, allow the investigators to investigate. If they are wrong,